Three iconic members of the entertainment industry, Carl Weathers, Toby Keith, and Richard Lewis, passed away on July 2, 2024. Keith in country music, Lewis in comedy, and Weathers in cinema and television all made a lasting impression on their respective industries. A combination of skill, tenacity, and unshakable devotion to their profession defined their careers. Celebrated for his portrayal of Apollo Creed in the Rocky trilogy, Carl Weathers added charm and nuance to the picture. Country music legend Toby Keith's stirring vocals and patriotic hits encapsulated the spirit of American living. Richard Lewis impacted a generation of comedians with his distinct brand of neurotic humor and delighted audiences with his open insights on personal hardships. These three stars, whose contributions to the arts will inspire and resonate for years to come, are honored in this tribute that delves into their lives, careers, and legacies. Number 3. Carl Weathers, a legacy in film and television. The entertainment world lost a talented actor recognized for his dynamic roles in television and cinema, Carl Weathers, on July 2, 2024. Weathers, who was born in New Orleans, Louisiana, on January 14, 1948, rose to prominence as Apollo Creed in the Rocky television series. His portrayal of the powerful and captivating boxing champion had a lasting impression on the franchise and cemented his place in Hollywood history. Weathers had a successful football career to start. He was a linebacker in the Canadian Football League for the British Columbia Lions and the Oakland Raiders, but he left sports to pursue his passion for acting in the entertainment business. This change in direction turned out to be crucial because he became well known very soon after for his part in the cultural phenomenon Rocky, 1976. Weathers returned to the part in 3 more films, giving Apollo Creed, a character who was buddy and foe to Sylvester Stallone's Rocky Balboa, more nuance and complexity in each one. In roles other than Rocky, Weathers shown his versatility. In 1987, he co-starred with Arnold Schwarzenegger in the science fiction action movie Predator, where he won praise from critics for his portrayal of the tough-minded military agent Dylan. He first showed off his humorous abilities in the 1990s in Happy Gilmore, 1996, where he portrayed seasoned golfer Chubbs Peterson, who served as Adam Sandler's character's coach. This performance proved Weathers could be successful in a variety of genres, which increased his appeal. With his part in the popular Disney Plus series The Mandalorian, which is set in the Star Wars world, Weathers has recently experienced a surge in popularity. In his role as the head of the Bounty Hunters Guild, Greef Karga, he captivated audiences with a captivating combination of charm and gravity. His participation in the series brought him in front of a new audience and demonstrated his persistent brilliance. Weathers' influence went beyond his roles in films. Along with being a producer and director, he worked on a number of projects and shaped the stories he supported. Within the industry, he gained respect and affection for his work ethic and devotion to his profession. An era came to an end with the death of Carl Weathers at the age of 76. On the other hand, his legacy lives on in the unforgettable roles he played and the motivation he gave to young performers and directors. His corpus of work, which crosses decades and genres, is a monument to his skill and adaptability in every job. Number 2. Toby Keith, a country music icon. On July 2, 2024, the country music industry said goodbye to Toby Keith. On July 8, 1961, Keith, a well-known singer, songwriter, and record producer, was born in Clinton, Oklahoma. Keith was well known for his strong voice and patriotic songs. His music encapsulated American culture and had a strong emotional connection with his listeners. With his self-titled debut album, which featured the hit track Should Have Been a Cowboy, Keith shot to prominence in the early 1990s. This song shot to the top of the country charts and received a great deal of praise, quickly becoming a classic. Keith maintained releasing hits after hits over the years, cementing his legacy in the annals of country music. The ability of Keith to combine comedy and genuine passion in his songs was one of their defining characteristics. While Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue, The Angry American, and An American Soldier demonstrated his strong sense of patriotism and support for the armed forces, songs like Red Solo Cup showed off his lighthearted side. Keith became known as a spokesperson for American patriotism and resiliency as a result of these songs, which struck an especially powerful chord in the wake of 9/11s. Keith was well known for his entrepreneurial spirit in addition to his accomplishments as a musician. In addition to starting his own record label, Showdog Nashville, he was also involved in a number of commercial endeavors, such as the Toby Keith's I Love This bar and grill restaurant chain. He became even more of a multidimensional figure in the entertainment world because to his commercial savvy. Keith lost his life at the age of 62 as a result of his cancer struggle, which he fought with his usual tenacity and fortitude. Although his death left a vacuum in the country music industry, his legacy endures thanks to his vast discography and the many people he inspired with his songs. Toby Keith's influence will endure into the future thanks to his contributions to country music and his personification of American ideals. Number 1. Richard Lewis, a comedic genius. On July 2, 2024, Richard Lewis, 76, a popular comedian and actor, passed away. Born in Brooklyn, New York on June 29, 1947, Lewis gained notoriety for his self-deprecating, neurotic comedy and his work on the highly regarded HBO sitcom, Curb Your Enthusiasm. Lewis' frank observations on his own fears and the absurdity of daily life defined his humorous style. He started out with stand-up comedy, where his distinct style and empathetic material won him a devoted audience fast. His performances were distinguished by a stream of consciousness style that frequently delved into his personal neuroses and treatment experiences. His distinct approach distinguished him from other comedians and won over viewers who recognized a mirror image of their own hardships in his comedy. Lewis not only achieved popularity in stand-up comedy, but also had a big influence on television. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, he made several appearances on talk shows and sitcoms, demonstrating his flexibility as a performer. But his performance in Curb Your Enthusiasm was what made him well known. Some of the most memorable moments of the show came from Lewis' exchanges with Larry David, who was a fictitious version of himself. His ability to seamlessly combine improvised and scripted conversation brought out his humorous flair and strengthened his bond with his audience. In addition, Lewis made his cinematic debut in Robin Hood, Men in Tights, and Leaving Las Vegas. His performances showed how versatile he is as an actor, able to handle both dramatic and humorous roles. Lewis was committed to stand-up comedy despite his success in a variety of media, frequently going back to the stage to interact with his audience in a more personal environment. Lewis battled Parkinson's disease among other serious health issues in his later years. He persisted in performing and entertaining the public with his comedy in spite of these difficulties. Many others found inspiration in his willingness to continue working and his candor about his health problems. With his passing, humor lost a distinctive voice in Richard Lewis. His contributions to the medium, whether on stage or screen, have had a lasting impact on the business. His openness and candor in comedy have left a lasting impression on audiences and other comics. Lewis left behind a legacy of fortitude, inventiveness, and unwavering devotion to his work. The common heritage. The entertainment industry suffered a great loss on July 2, 2024, with the passing of Carl Weathers, Toby Keith, and Richard Lewis. Each of these people left behind a legacy that will be honored and remembered for the distinctive and enduring contributions they made to their respective disciplines. Weathers' ability and adaptability were demonstrated by his portrayal of Apollo Creed in the Rocky series and by his many roles in movies and television shows. His performance in The Mandalorian solidified his reputation as a well-liked Hollywood character while introducing him to new viewers. Country music lovers found great resonance in the blend of comedy and genuine passion found in Toby Keith's singing. His business endeavors and patriotic anthems demonstrated his versatility and dedication to his trade. Richard Lewis stood out in the comedy world thanks to his own blend of neurotic, self-deprecating humor. His roles in Curb Your Enthusiasm and his open analysis of personal hardships won him over fans and encouraged a new wave of comedians. These three celebrities represent the variety and depth of American entertainment collectively. Their devoted, talented, and resilient careers bear witness to their influence on the music industry and the lives of their followers. Their contributions keep the world entertained and inspired even as it laments their passing, ensuring that their legacies live on. Please like, comment, and share our video with your friends and family. Remember to click the bell icon to receive the most recent updates.